Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? We are right back on here. Like O'Shea Duke Jackson says, we are right back at it again. How y'all doing today? Y'all know what? I didn't even know what time it was. The time got away from me once again. So we are here. We are ready to start. So look, what we're talking about today, we are talking about something very important and that needs to be discussed. But before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Kiki Loves Nigeria. I am the host of this show. And on this show, we talk about anything and everything, hey, brown eyes, that impacts our repatriation journey. All right. Anything that impacts us visiting, anything that impacts us expatting. Now, let me tell you the difference between repatting and expatting because some people don't know. All right, repatting it means that you have like an ancestral connection to that land. So you're repatriating. You're going back to where you came from, where your grandparents came from, because your ancestors come from. All right. Expatting means you're leaving your country of origin where you come from to go to another country. All right. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have an ancestral connection to that place. All right. So that's the difference in that. So we talk about that and we talk about visiting. Even visiting is very important to talk about visiting West Africa, namely West Africa. But honey, we talk about all of Africa, to be honest. Wherever we go, we talk about it on this channel. And why do we do that? Because we have proof that if you don't understand the culture in Africa, it can cost you big time. It can cost you everything you have. It can cost you your LIFE, or guess what? It can cost you both. And if you don't believe me, just look on the channel. Look through the channel. Look through the channel. And you'll see the stories. So many stories of what happens when you go to Africa and you just get involved with the wrong thing. The wrong thing, like I say, the nouns. Wrong people, wrong places, wrong things. So that's why we talk about those things on this channel, is because we don't want something to happen to you. We don't want you to get hurt. We don't want you to be on this channel unless we're talking about something good. We don't want you to just end up another person, another story. And we don't want you to get scammed. That's another big issue going on in our community, is scamming. We're scamming each other. And we're scamming the most vulnerable people in our population. We're scamming young families. We're scamming the elderly. We're scamming single, middle-aged women. It's just ridiculous. We're scamming elderly men. We're scamming. It's what we're doing to each other is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And if you look through this channel, you'll see. When we're talking about this land scamming, it's us. Because you know why? We trust each other. We trust each other. And that makes us an easy target. Now, how you know somebody is really just concerned about getting your money and not you? Because we've told you and we've showed you that these people will talk about community. They will talk about family. They will talk about all of that until you get there. Okay, Steph. And then once you get there, everything changes. Everything changes. So you can't take everything you got and go to another country just because you see somebody on YouTube and they make you feel good. And they make you feel like we're going to have a family. And they make you feel like we're going to be friends. especially when they don't discuss with you the reality of what's going on in that particular country, like Ghana. There's a lot of things going on in Ghana. And if this person, if whoever you people are following, are listening to, are buying land from, leasing land, because you can't not buy it, whoever you're doing that with, if they're not discussing these things with you, then all they care about is your money. Because they don't want to, like we were saying last night about Art Kathy, they don't want you to know these things. Like she was saying, they don't want you to know these things. Because they think if you know the truth about what's going on in Ghana, you're not going to lease land from them. And to me, that's so wrong. Because people are wise and people are smart. If you give people the information, they'll make the right decision for them. Well, most people will. But this withholding information, this minimizing information, I don't get that. If the CD appreciating, if the CD appreciating is going to stop me from going to Ghana, then guess what? It wasn't meant for me to go to Ghana. Because that appreciation of the CD compared to the dollar, that I don't know how people are. I don't know how you could survive on that. What's going on over there right now? I'm talking about repats and expats. I'm talking about people who are living off the dollar. Okay. Who went there with this mindset because they sell it to you. Oh, your money is worth so much. Oh, everything is so cheap. Oh, you have the dollar. Your money is worth this many times as much as their money. Never, ever do they tell us, oh, your money can drop one day and don't be worth nothing. And their money can be worth way more than your money. Nobody's ever told me that. I'm sure nobody's ever told you that. I never even thought about that until this occurred. And then I started paying attention. And then I saw, oh, Ghana has backed their currency with gold. The CD is backed by gold. Beautiful gold bars. I would go there to visit, but I'd never go there to live. That country wants to be independent. That country wants to be independent socially, financially, everything, politically, everything. And whoever doesn't know what's going on there, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. I told you things in Africa change rapidly. Rapidly. Who would have thought the CD would be standing on the dollar's neck like that? Who would have thought that? An African currency? The Naira never done that. But the CD has? And they're sitting there with them beautiful gold bars talking about, oh, we don't sell gold to foreigners anymore. We don't do that anymore. I think you got to come directly to them, or it's something they got to do. But the foreigners have been cut out their market where their gold is being sold. Like it only comes to them. You know what I mean? Like they get it. And guess what else? And the currency in their banks, it used to be the dollar. Not anymore. They're getting rid of that. They say we got our own money, honey. And our money is real money. It's gold. It's gold. They have this whole gold program. So why aren't people telling you that? Who are telling you to come there? Who are telling you, I mean, to visit is fine, but to relocate to Ghana? Do you know how much? Because your money is not worth, I mean, it ain't worth much now. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you would benefit financially from doing that. You would need more currency now. To do what you're doing now, you would need more currency. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm getting ahead of myself because this story, this has really got me feeling two ways. All right. The urban planner part of me, the economic development part of me is excited. It's excited because I see Ghana developing. And I love when countries and cities develop like this. Because this country, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be expensive. I'm sorry, y'all. For us, but for their citizens, now they just need to take that money. And I think I read something about that too, that when I was researching this, that they had like some bridge that they plan on doing. So it seems like, they are eventually going to get to this infrastructure stuff. But it was just, for them, like I said, for urban planning and an economic development standpoint, yes, of course, I'm cheering them on. Let's go, let's get it. Look what you're doing. Hey, we men over here, we got gold in our pockets. We ain't got paper, we got gold. What y'all got in y'all pockets? Oh, dollars? Oh, sorry. They depreciated. So, the point is, you got to be aware of these type of things, and you got to be prepared. But how do you prepare for this? Who expected this? Nobody. And I'm looking for the major channel news networks in America. Nope. West, nope. Only one who talked about it was France News. That was it. Nobody else. They don't really even care. I guess because it doesn't impact their everyday life. But if you're living there, it will impact your everyday life. If you are an American living there, and I don't even know what it's doing to the UK people money, I'm sure they're doing something, dancing on them too. This is all about nationalism. This is all about being proud of who we are, and proud of our own country, and proud of our own money. This is what our Kathy was talking about, that she wanted to see in them. And now look, 5 years later, look at Ghana. No, about 6 years later, look at Ghana. Look at Ghana. And too bad, that's how you know she's sick, because if she wasn't sick, she'd be talking about it. That's how you know she's sick. So we have to be aware that these things, that your situation in Africa, that's why they call it a frontier economy. Remember the wild, wild west, when out here in the wild, wild west, when it was anything goes. Remember how you got land, whoever got there first and put the sign down, that was your land. That's how wild it went. That's how the frontier economy is. It's wild. It changes. It's not stable. It's an unstable economy. Okay? So it can just turn over upside down overnight. And that's what it's done. And if you just have a savings like Kenza and some of these other people, that ain't enough for you. You got to constantly have money coming in. And now even that money coming in has lost its value. And the very people who invited you there, the very people who told you to come there, have nothing to say. Kenza basically told people, quit asking her about it. She didn't move there because of the value of the CD. And she didn't. She moved there to be with Super Shoddy. See, that's where you got to understand people's motivations. I told you everybody has an agenda. Everybody you meet got an agenda. Her agenda is to support her and Super Shoddy. Neither one of them have jobs, people. Wake up and see what's going on. Let's call a spade a spade. This lady is basically, in my humble opinion, using her community to support her and her boyfriend, husband, whatever he is. Because they have no income. Oh, no, girl, thank you. Okay, y'all, I'm about to get started. Thank you, Steph. So let me get fair use up here before I get started, because y'all know I'm about to get started. Because I told y'all, I don't like when you try to use God's people. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, okay? Use yourself, okay? Don't use God's people. If you want to go there and you want to be with a little young dude, you know, and you want him to do whatever he do for you, then that's fine. But don't use God's people to try to support you and him, to support you and him. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that and then think somebody just gonna sit and watch you do it. Sit and watch you do it, because she could care less about y'all. She could care less about relocating to Ghana. She could care less about Ghana. She care about that man. That's it. That's it. She letting that man make every decision for her. She gonna tell y'all whatever to get y'all to get that money over there to her. Because if you pay attention, the only time she goes shopping now is once one of her clients has come. Once she's milked y'all for some money, then she go get food for her and Super Shoddy and Ema. I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of that. I'm just so sick of that. And then she got the nerve to act like she's an authority. An authority in what? She ain't advising people on how to get to go come live with your boyfriend, your 20-something-year-old boyfriend. She's not advising them on that. She's advising them on how to relocate. Like this is something that she's wanted to do all her life. And that's a lie. That is a lie. That's why she can't tell you nothing about the depreciation of the dollar. That's why she can't tell you that. That's why she ain't even telling you about these robberies. Did y'all know there was a really bad, serious robbery in Ghana on a major highway? Did anybody know that? Why didn't she tell us that? Because it ain't about that. It's about getting y'all to come to Ghana so she can get whatever little money she get for them little transactions to support her and her man. How many times we got to tell y'all that? How many times? How many times we got to keep saying that? So let me get this fair use up here so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Because there's some serious things going on in this country. I told y'all when development starts, all right, crime is going to spike. It's going to get crazy. The crime will get crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so let's do fair use. All right, this is fair use. Let me make sure y'all can see this. All right. So it says, Kiki loves Nigeria. Fair use disclaimer. The content on Kiki loves Nigeria. Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. What is this? All right, y'all. Somebody just emailed me asking me what is the best place to buy land in Africa. Y'all know they don't want me to answer that question. Okay, so I don't know who that is, but let me ignore that. So the content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content, right? Not authorized for use by the owner. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Copyrighted material used on this channel falls under the Fair Use Section 107, Copyright Act of 1976, which states copyrighted material can be used for education, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is the explicit goal of this channel. All right. Let me tell you about the views expressed on this channel. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this channel, expressed on Kiki Loves Nigeria, belong solely to the author and not necessarily to the community, the host, or the channel. Okay, so just because I may play a video where somebody said it or somebody in the comments said something, that doesn't mean I agree with it. That doesn't mean that that's how I feel. That just means that's how they feel. All right. So now that we got that out the way, yes, development, that's what I keep telling y'all. These countries are going to develop rapidly. All right. And when you're living over there, what are you going to do? You can't just get up and go like that. So welcome everybody to another Kiki Loves Nigeria Live. We are so glad you're here. Please give the video a like and please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. All right. This is where we try to keep everybody informed on what is going on in our repat community, because it is important that we keep each other informed on what's going on. Because you see these people who inviting you over there ain't telling you nothing. They just setting you up for the setup. Oh, thank you, African Goddess. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Hi, G. How you doing? Good evening, African Goddess. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It's going wonderful. So, yes, it's a lot of scamming going all over. And they're scamming us. We're scamming each other. We're sitting back looking like fools to the world because we're scamming each other for our own good. Because we poorly planned to go to Africa. Like I always tell the kids, poor planning makes poor performance. All right, so if you didn't plan properly to go to Africa, when you get to Africa, you're not going to perform properly. You're going to have poor performance. And when you know there's poor performance is when you have to lean on the repat community to support you. Elderly people in the repat community. And you know that why they want elderly repat community people? Because they have retirement money. They have a steady income. Younger people don't have that yet. But the retired people, yeah. They have 401k money they can get. They have access to large sums of money. And they want that. Scamming is dangerous. There's no social safety net in Africa. Someone who has lost their money might not be able to afford medical care. Yes. And this is the same for this depreciation of this dollar. This is going to affect everything. This is going to affect how they eat. This is going to affect where they live. This is going to impact how they live. This is going to impact every area of their life. Every area. And the fact that Ken's is talking about it's not a big deal. This is a very big deal, people. Ghana keeps making white and Chinese men chiefs. Yes, the US dollar value is being devalued in Ghana. It already has been. Yeah, it already has been. But white South African owned gold mines in Ghana. Yeah, but see, that's what I got to check out a little more, because it seemed like what I was seeing, I really couldn't pay attention to it. I saw a story where they were kicking out all the foreigners, Like you couldn't own the gold mines anymore. And like now you got to go, this may not be exactly right, but you got to go like to the central government to buy gold now. Like you used to could go to these little mining people, but it seems like now how the government there owns all the land, well, the government there is going to own all the gold. But like I said, I'm still investigating that part. I didn't get I couldn't do both stories like at the same time, but that was interesting because I was wondering, where were they getting all this money? How did they rebound their economy like that? Well, natural resources, honey. They have gold. Of course they do. Of course that's how they're going to do it. Yeah, it's probably not real. Backing the CD with gold it was the smartest move ever. Ever. Y'all know how much gold is worth? Do y'all realize that? That country about to look like the Jetsons. Y'all remember the Jetsons? Y'all remember the Jetsons? How futuristic it was. That country about, God, I just pray their leaders do right with the money and the revenue and everything that they're, I just feel so good about what's going to happen. I just pray they do the right thing, because if they do the right thing, I swear it's going to be like you're going to see flying cars. I'm serious. I'm serious. That's like, this is just unbelievable. And the fact that I seen one repat couple talking about it, and they were really talking about it, and hats off to them for talking about it. But these people that we talk about, honey, they ain't talk. They probably don't even understand it. Hey, Crypto Walk, how you doing? Regardless of, they made non-Black men African chiefs. They own land in Ghana. What goes up will eventually come down. But honey, we didn't expect it to come down like that. Yeah, they don't mean anything, she says. Gee, anyone can buy, you can buy those chieftaincies. They don't come with political or judicial power. Drink some water. I'm sorry, okay? I did. I'm drinking some now. Okay? Please forgive me. It's going to be I hope it don't be divide, honey. We don't want that. Not what I've been hearing about that country. We don't want that. But the development, yeah, that's fine. But all that other stuff, nah, we can do without that. She own land in Ghana. Owning land is very powerful. Do they own it, or do they lease it, or is it leased to them? Gold mines is far more concerning. Okay, fair use. We did that. Thank you, Steph. Hey, y'all. But also, in the long run, Ghanaian people want white people back in Ghana. Besides, Ghana granted over 500 white people instant citizenship. Okay, so I don't think it was the color that they wanted. I don't think it's that. I think it's people who bring economic revenue with them, who invest in building up the country and not just themselves. Like we were talking about the other night. We were saying, like, when we go, we build up we invest in ourselves. We don't invest like they do. Like when we were talking about, Kathy was talking about the Lebanese people in the store. And we were saying, well, they're the ones building the stores. We're not going over there building the stores. So of course they want them to come, and of course they want them to build the stores. So it's the same situation. And this is just my opinion. I don't have anything factual to base this on, but that's what I think. I think it's that, they see they're the ones who come and do this, and they're the ones who come and do that. And we kind of don't do that yet. So I think that's what they want, is somebody who's going to invest in the community, not so much as, some of them might, but No, I think it's more about economics than it is the color of your skin. Gold won't be valuable as people think. It's not as scarce as once was thought. Chinese people are breeding many Black African people out, but that's also many of what many of them want. Yeah, you said that before to buy Bitcoin. Okay, she's talking to G. They talking to each other. Have you seen Kenza's structure? Whew, honey, we about to get to that. Girl, I thought it was just me. It just looked a hot mess. It just looked like it's going to just crumble down any day. Now, that's what I'm saying. How is this person? We have to make better decisions. Look at the structure. And she's advising y'all. She's trying to advise us about coming to Ghana, leasing land in Ghana, building. Then she wants Super Shorty and his crew to help you build your house. Are you joking? She ain't even finished building nothing there. I bet you that bathroom is not done. I bet you there's so many things inside of her apartment that is not done. But she wants to advise you and encourage you because she wants you to come and jump in the same situation she's in. No, they cannot own land in Ghana. Foreigners cannot own land outright. Instead, Ghana operates a leasehold system like they all do. Yeah, they all do. Ghana people want smoke. Stop lying about Ghana. That's not true. Okay. I will begin mining gold in Van Allen belts in the next 5 years. The minute they bring it back to Earth, the bottom will fall out of the gold. What? I don't get that. Foreign women are a means of improving things for their families, but I think these men are being scammed. Okay, so G is saying, African Goddess is saying, lots of young men seem to be marrying foreign women. Young women seem to be marrying foreign men as a means to improving things for their families. But you think these men are being scammed. So she's saying she thinks these men are being scammed. Okay, Crypto Walk said you beat inflation by owning land. Bitcoin. Okay, why many white people live their best life in Africa, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, excluding Mauritania. You mean bodily structure pertaining to her house, Lisa says. Okay, they're talking about where people love to live. Okay, can't own. How can they own land in Ghana and they're foreigners? Do you know something we don't know? The building structure, exterior looks super shoddy. You silly. She said the exterior looks super shoddy. That's because Super Shoddy did it. Him and his friends. Girl, he want to build her people who come, their clients, they offer his building service. Told y'all, it's all about taking our money. This just is so wrong to me on so many levels. You know, that people trust you and they look at you as family. You know, and all you looking at them as is a dollar sign. All you looking at them as is, when can I get your money? Because the fact that she's with that little young dude should let y'all know something's wrong. Chinese are doing business in Ghana like in America. They damn near own the pork industry in America. Okay. Now. Okay, let's get it up. Yeah. Okay, come on, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Steph said the party is started. Let's get a start. Let's start strong. 60. No, it's 71 now. Let's get the likes up, please. I can't see the likes over here stuff. Oh, we got one share. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Y'all talking to each other. Hey, London ladies. So the first thing we're going to look at, we are going to investigate what's going on in Ghana with the currency, Kiki. Tell what is going on. Without laws regarding it's the stability. That's what, because if you look at her building, those pillars, that building, that heavy structure on the top should be centered in that pillar. It is not centered, so that's going to make the weight distribution off. You see what I mean? And then when you look at the next pillar, it's not centered. It's not even in the same place as the other one. So that whole structure is just like she said, I don't think it's structurally sound. And then we're going to keep building on top, we're going to go up. Go up for what? So it can get more shakier and more shakier? That's crazy. It's just going to crumble down. Okay. Too many Black Americans have went over to, yes, I agree, JJ. Too many Black Americans have went over to Africa without having their finances together. She's right. Or this person is right. Because we were told the lie that Africa was cheap. We were told the lie straight up that Africa was cheap. And that's a lie. Well, it used to be, it wasn't, I'll say it was not expensive as it is now, but that's vacationing. But to live there is different. Living there is much different than vacationing. Okay. So maybe back in the day, before, all this, before COVID hit and everything else, Africa did used to be reasonable, but now it's really expensive. Well, I wonder how that is going to work out for them now. Me too. Too much is going on in Africa. It is. And you can't just get up out of there like that. Not now. Your money ain't even right. Too much is going on because it's a young country. They're young countries. They're like 50, 60 years old. They're young. They got to go through what they need to go through to become who they are. And that's what they're going through. They're developing. And everybody knows developmental, it's not easy. It ain't easy. It is not easy. Hey, Courtney. Oh, I'm sorry. But we're glad you're here. Okay. All right. Y'all talking to each other. Okay, y'all talking to each other. Let me keep going. So we are going to, first thing we're going to look at is I'm going to show you a video from, I was trying to find some major news networks who were talking about it, but honey, you don't know how hard that was. London lady says a lot of white people are born in Ghana. Yeah. My next door neighbor's mom was born there and her half brother, so they could get automatic citizenship. And she's right. Because you got to remember, like here, like the university I went to was a Catholic university. And a lot of them will go over there and they'll live over there and they'll get members. Somehow, I guess through the church, they get some type of citizenship and they'll stay over there and they'll have families over there. So she's right. So that's us thinking with our, again, like we were saying last night, we can't think with our narrow, discriminatory black and white lens. Everything isn't black and white. There are shades of gray all through the world. Only in America, they keep trying to teach us. I don't know so much about the UK if they do that to them over there. But here, everything is not black and white, y'all. Okay? It's not. Okay. Anywhere that was a British colony has older white people and their descendants have access to Ghana passports. Oh, wow. Why are you not talking about Mark Meets Africa? I am. Miss Ash, I'm getting back to them, honey. Okay. I had to go back to Gambia. I had to go back to Ghana. I'll probably talk about them when I'm in Gambia because I got some new information about T3 and me. They're back in court and they didn't even respond. Remember when I told y'all they had to go to the mediator? Well, they didn't respond to the mediator. So they're back in court. Okay. And that total that they took from these people is $41,000. All right. And I'm trying to see if I can get the lady who's involved with the court case. I'm trying to see if I can get her to come on and talk to us. All right. So it's not that I haven't talked about, I'm not talking about him, but I got it. Then I was busy with school. So now that I'm done with that, I'll get more to it. Okay. So I'm going to get back on Tanzania. I haven't forgot. I'm not going to leave them alone and I'm not going to stop. Okay. But I got to just, give everybody a little bit of attention. Okay. So Miss Ash, we'll be back on them. Don't worry, honey. Don't worry, honey. Update about Mark Meets Africa. No, I don't have any update about him so far. I don't know where he is. He's laying low. He's awfully quiet. Only one I've gotten updates about is T3 and me. That's it, sweetie. Nothing on Mark yet. Okay. Mark Meets Africa was covered on this channel for months, more than anywhere else. Yeah, he sure was. I sure hope the earthquake of any magnitude doesn't strike near Kansas. Honey, not even an earthquake. And they're so dumb. I was listening to them today. They're so dumb. They don't realize that place has tornadoes. Well, maybe they don't. But I know Gambia do. They probably do too. Okay. They don't call it no tornado. They call it a tropical what, y'all? Is it a tropical storm? They call it a tropical storm or a tropical something. Honey, that is a daggone tornado. And that will tear your house. Them winds coming through there, girl, let her get one of them. Let one of them bad storms come through there with them winds. Ain't no way I would have done that. Ain't no way. So, like I said, I looked and tried to find. Ghana had to do something. Burkina Faso just next door. They're young people clearly looking across the border. Oh, so you think they had to make a move? They didn't want to start. Okay. All right. So let's check out. Oh, they just had an earthquake in Colombia. I hope everybody is okay. A lot is going on. Don't be distracted. 6 point. Ooh, that's a big one. 6.5. All right, y'all. We are going to check out what's going on. Okay, so she's saying the Lebanese were born there for 150 years. I am not. Just, okay, y'all talking. Hello, Africa is cheap. You need to learn how to move in Africa. Africa, I don't think Africa is cheap. Not to me. I think it's expensive. Well, you know what? You're right. It depends on how you move. You can move the cheap way, but I can't move the cheap way. I can't move the cheap way. But he's right. Yeah, it can't be cheap. It is what you want it to be. That's true. It's whatever you want it to be. Do not come to Africa and stay in America. Vacation only. Okay. All right, y'all. Now, okay. Thank you for letting us know. So now let me put this video on, y'all. I'm trying to get all these comments. All right, I think that's it. All right, now, like I said, I was trying to find us a good news program to explain what in the world is going on with this CD in Ghana. What's going on? So, only one I could find was a nice one. Hold on. This one is from a French news network. So let's check that one out.
For many Ghanaians, the last 4 years may have been some of the most difficult. Cost of living more than doubled. All seemed to be going well until about 2019, when the World Bank even described the country's economy as one of the fastest growing in the world. At the striking of the COVID-19 pandemic, and with an already weak fundamentals and a crippling public debt situation, things went from bad to worse. Now, with a change in government last December, the country's currency, the cedi, is picking up, and inflation has been on the downward trend since January.
I feel like the things are stable. And even sometimes when you go and purchase some food stuff, you realize that the quantity to the price, there's a very good proportion.
I've seen that it's dropping right gradual, but I've not seen in my things that I buy, especially cement and everything that we used to buy.
So that's what they were saying. Some of the stuff is dropping, like she's saying, when she go down to get stuff, she's getting more for her money, which is good. That is really good, because for years they've been suffering, so that's really good that they can go now to the store in their country with their currency, and purchase and get a nice amount. That's something to be happy about.
But the price is the same.
Concerning the appreciation of the cedis, if you need euros now, the money you use for the account will be less. So I think it's okay.
The new government says it is using.
But if you use dollars, like she was saying, or foreign currency, then the amount you're going to have in your account is going to be less. So let me tell you an example. So what I did was an example. So in 2025, I pretended that I traded $1,000 and for CDs. I got 10,298 CDs. Okay. Then, but wait, in 2024, just a year ago, in July, a year ago, 2024, that same $1,000, I would have got 14,780 Ghanaian CDs. That's almost a loss of almost $5,000, people. $4,780. CDs that you've lost. That's almost 5,000 CDs that you've lost on every $1,000. Now you tell me who can take that hit. Tell me.
Forex.
Oh, I'll wait. Please take your time and tell me.
From the country's gold reserves to back its currency, the cedi. Inflation has fallen from around 24% to about 20% within the last 4 months. However, analysts urge caution.
Primarily, these changes in the exchange rate that we are seeing are short-lived. And most importantly, it's because of interventions that the Bank of Ghana, as it were, tried to intervene in the forex market to influence the direction of the exchange rates. Of course, the US-China trade war cannot be eliminated.
Ghana remains under its current IMF program until 2026.
And
all right, so that was, like I said, that was France News Network in English. And so, that's all good news, right? That's great news for Ghana. But what about the repats? What about the expats? What about the people going on vacation there? What about the people in the air right now? What about them who don't understand the exchange rate? Who don't understand that you thought that $1,000 was going to be way more than that, because the cedi was, it was exchanging at 16. So that probably was about what, 6,000, 16,000? You're expecting to get 16,000 cedi for your 1,000? But you're not going to get that. You're going to get 10. And the prices are up. Prices are up. So what do you do? What do you do? That's a bad situation to be in. That's all I can say is that's a horrible situation to be in. I don't. What do you do? How do you finish building your project when you've budgeted a certain amount of money for that project? And guess what? That money has decreased overnight. Now you don't even have enough money to finish the project. What do you do? Manny says, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing for locals not to. It's a beautiful thing for locals, not so much for those using the dollars. Yes, it is a beautiful thing for locals. Like how when that lady said when she went to the store and she got more at the store. Right, that is good. Stephanie says, folks shouldn't be deceived regarding living in Ghana. That is similar to the U.S. and not think it's going to be cheap. Exactly, it is similar to the U.S. And the issues that they're facing are similar to the U.S. They have GRUG problems, tramadol. That's a big problem over there. They call it red something, red bread. No, that's the food, Lord. It's red 225 or something like that. But that's just tramadol. Tramadol, same thing in Nigeria. Tramadol. This is what these people, this is a problem there. But they're not telling you this because why? What do they say? Kenza says it don't concern her. If it don't affect her, it don't concern her. Okay. And she said she ain't her brother's keeper. It ain't her job to watch y'all. It ain't her job to inform y'all about what's going on. Right. The U.S. dollar, hey, Mr. Johnson, the U.S. dollar will not go far. So you got to plan for that. But how do you plan for it when you're already there? I'm glad I invested my dollars earlier. I'm glad you did too. When you already there and you on your way there, how do you plan for that? How do you plan for that? All right, now, this is what else I want y'all to see. That's going on. And I couldn't even believe this one. I said, well, why didn't she tell us this? So we know about the money. Oh, wait, let's watch the video. She said, Kenza did talk about why, what she feels about this currency, okay? So let's, in all fairness, let's hear what she has to say about that. Okay. So I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all can just hear it for yourself. All right. So let me pull that up. And this is what I'm talking about. I did not expect this type of response. I really expected her to give people a little more information about it. You know, like like with the flooding, how they didn't, she said she didn't say anything about the flooding because it wasn't flooding near her. So why did she say anything about it? So basically her philosophy is if it doesn't affect her, why she doesn't say anything about it. So my question is, why would you guys even buy, lease, or do anything from somebody who doesn't care anything about you whatsoever?
Just want to talk a little bit about this because everybody's in the uproar. The exchange rate is dropping. Is this, is that, is that. Did we really expect the exchange rate to stay up to 16 and 17?
I did. I expected it to stay up. I didn't expect it to drop to 10 and expect it to drop to 9 and 8. So see, minimize. This to me is minimizing your fears, minimizing the reality of what's going on, because I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to think with your rational mind, your logical mind. So let me minimize it to make it seem like you're just overreacting. Did you really think it was going to stay that high? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we think it was going to stay high?
You know, did we really think it was going to stay up there forever? No. And as fast as the
That's a lie. Not one time. If she thought that, she would have told y'all that. Not one time did this woman think, I'm going to lose my money in Ghana. Not one time, because ain't no way she would have been selling her house, selling everything in her house, taking everything she got to move to Ghana, driving Uber Eats, to invest it in everything she got in Ghana, then for it to not be worth, her money to not be worth what it was. Come on. She's telling us she expected that. Well, like I said, she's a liar. She's a liar. You can't trust these people. They get us in situations and they leave us there. This dollar depreciating is serious, people. It is very serious. Some people won't be able to pay their rent next month. Some people won't be able to eat next month. Some people won't be able to keep their lights on next month. This is the reality of it. And this was her smart remark. And remember, she's dealing with elderly people who get retirement checks.
cedi depreciated, the prices went up. So now the cedi is gaining back its strength, and the exchange rate is, the cedi is going down to the dollar. It's good for Ghana economy. Number one, it's not a bad thing for Ghana. When it comes to us who are building, we get less, but guess what? The price is still, it always balances out. So the people who are calling me and,
again, minimize it. It always balances out. Well, we just heard the man in the news program say it ain't balancing out. He said the cement is still high. The young lady said she was getting more at the market, but the man said for the building stuff, no, it ain't balanced out yet. So what are they going to do till it balances out, Kenza? You just going to continue to minimize it and make people think that they're overreacting? Gaslighting people? This is what this is, gaslighting.
and we get less, but guess what? The price is still, it always balances out. So the people who are calling me and, the exchange rate, I tell them, listen, this is it. It's going to balance out anyway. The prices are supposed to drop. They said the price of cement and stuff is supposed to drop. Let's see, because
she tells them the prices. See, she's still encouraging them to come. You see how irresponsible this is? You see how irresponsible this is? These people have fear. This is called negligence. These people have fear. They have great concern about their money, not having enough money. And instead of this old fool telling them the truth, she gonna lie and minimize it and try to gaslight these people. It's gonna balance out. Look, it's gonna balance out. The price of the price, guess what? The price of the cement, the price of the building stuff has not dropped. And I think it's called price sticking or something like that, where the price gets stuck like that and it won't drop. There's no guarantee that the cement is going to drop. There's no guarantee that the building material is going to drop. But you're telling these people that? And you know these people are concerned about their money. But see, I'm telling y'all, you know why? You know why? Let me move this mic away from my mouth. It's too close to my. You know why? Because she needs the money to live off of. If you stop coming, if we stop coming to Ghana, if we stop doing what leasing land that she leasing for somebody else, if we stop doing that, then guess what? She's not gonna have any income. Her and Super Shoddy ain't gonna have nothing to live off of because neither one of them have jobs. Neither one of them have an income. So she has to gaslight you. She has to gaslight us. She has to minimize the fears. She has to do that because she cannot stop this revenue from coming in. She cannot.
To me, the prices never drop. And I'm waiting to see. Sometimes they drop a couple CDs. Let's see. So it's not a big, I'm not worried. I'm doing what I'm doing.
It's not a big. She was going to say it wasn't a big deal, but she know it's a lie. So she didn't want to make it seem like she was lying too much. But I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing because she's gaslighting you people. And what is she doing? Absolutely nothing. Sitting in that construction dump zone doing nothing. Nothing. Same thing Cynthia from Black Acres do. That once they get there, this is going to be your life. Nothing. Eating some lettuce that your cat's done pissed on all day. And who else done pissed on it? What are some things called? Them grass cutters. They done went up there and peed on it too. Everything under the sun done peed on that stuff. And then you're going to rinse it off with that dirty water. That's what you do all day. And this is what you all are. This is what you're trading your life in for, people. Look at this. This is what you're going to be doing. Why you think they're just doing this because they wanted to go to Africa to do that? You can do that at home. You can go grow vegetables out of a bucket at home. I'm doing that right now. You don't have to go to Africa to do that. It's called I just got to keep myself busy. I just got to make it seem like I'm doing something because I can't do nothing because I don't do nothing but sit and wait for you to take the bait and bite for the land. And then when you bite for the land, then we get busy. She only leave the house when she got to mail a document. Don't y'all get it? Don't y'all see what this game is all about?
First came here, it was at this rate that it is now between 10, 11 and change. So I started my building when it was at that rate. They said it might go down to 9. If it goes down to 9, then we have to deal with it.
I don't know how true that is. If it was down to 10 when she came, no, that's a lie. That's a lie because she came last year. And I just told, that's a lie. I told y'all the rate last year. So that's a lie. She came last year. Okay. So she lying. Kenza lies. I keep telling y'all that. Fact check her. She's a liar.
Part of the economy. Am I worried? Am I stuck? Somebody say I'm stuck in now because the exchange rate.
She is stuck. She is stuck. What is she going to do? Even if she sold everything she got now, she probably can't even get enough to get a plane ticket to get back to. Oh, yes, she can because she got CDs. I'm sorry. That's CDs. She might have enough to get back to the United States. Yeah. But then what are you going to do once you get back here? Go back to drive an Uber, but did you sell your car? Who are you going to live with? You going to go live with your kids? That, to me, that's the worst thing in the world, to have to go live with your kids. But they proudly go live with them, live off of them. Yeah, they proudly go do that. And this is the life that you're selling to these women, and they're biting for it. They're going for it. Why? Why? Does this lady look like she living her best life to you? This is her best life? Oh, if this is her best life, I don't want any parts of that life.
I don't base my living off of the exchange rate. Yes, I love when the dollar.
Another lie. She said, I don't base my living off the exchange rate. She got little old ladies listening to her, and she just said, I don't base my living off the exchange rate. Guess what, people? You better. If you don't base your living off the exchange rate, people, guess what? You better. You better base it off of that. Because if not, if you're not paying attention to that, you're going to get messed up and you're going to be stuck like Chuck. I kid you not. This woman is lying to you. She's lying to us. She's saying whatever she got to say to keep you coming, to keep the money flowing. And she really desperately need it now. She desperately need it now. People, wake up. Every time I see somebody on her channel that has come there, I just be like, oh my God. Oh my God. They're still coming. They're still falling for the okie doke. Even through now this, she's not going to tell you the truth. She's going to play it down. And wait till I show you what else is going on in Ghana that she didn't even mention.
You get more for your dollar, but you have to think smart and move accordingly. You know,
Look,
you don't just move because of exchange rate.
What did you move for, Kenza? Because you said you didn't move for the exchange rate. What did you move for? No, you didn't care. You moved for Super Shorty. And now you want to consult with these people. They pay her for consultations. Her and Super Shorty. He won't even talk to you until you pay for the consultation first. You pay for the consultation. What are they going to consult you about? How to meet somebody, you're 30 years your senior on Facebook? Get them to come to Ghana and spend everything they got on you? Is that what she's going to tell you how to do? No, she won't even tell you that's her man. She lying to you about her whole life. Now, if this woman is lying about her whole life, how can y'all believe her? How can you believe her and buy land from her? How? You ain't even buying the land. You're leasing it. She can't even eat unless y'all lease that land from her. Because her little boy, her little young dude gonna come in there and he gonna cook it all at one time. He gonna cook everything at one time. Then she got to go buy some more. That's the only thing. That's the only thing she can advise you on. Because you see, she can't even advise you on this. She's downplaying it, minimizing it, and gaslighting you.
Everybody's making video about the exchange rate. You know, it's not to panic. I'll continue.
That's a lie. Ain't nobody making no videos about it. I seen one couple. Ain't nobody even talking about it. That's a whole lie. That's why I said, no, I need to talk about this. Because I've been busy. I've been super duper 100% busy. But I said, nope, Sunday, I'm going to take time and I'm going to talk about this because these people who are interested in Ghana, they need to know what is going on. What is going on in Ghana? And what is going on is these people telling you to come there. You can't believe not a dang on thing they saying because they not even telling you the dang on truth. And the truth is our money has dropped. You're not going there with the same economic power that you had last month. You need to rethink that whole situation. And you think cement is going to drop? You really think building materials is going to drop and building is surging like that? What smart businessman would drop his prices? when everybody wants it. Nobody's going to do that. But you're telling people, oh, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. Because she don't know nothing. Oh, shoot. She don't know nothing about the dang on economy. She don't know nothing about the dang on economy. All right, hold on. Let me get back here.
Continue building, I'll continue doing what I'm doing, and you just adjust according to the economy. Just like in the States,
you adjust according to the economy.
You guys have outbreaks, inflation because of storms, inflation.
See, she don't even know the economic depreciation is not the same as inflation, ma'am. Okay, we've never had a foreign currency come into our country and be worth more than our money. So she doesn't even know what it is. You see what I'm saying? She doesn't even know. She can't even tell you about it. And this is the person, this is their fearless leader. These old little ladies worshiping Kenza Babe and Super Shoddy. Worshiping her. Wow.
Because of the government changes, things has inflated because of this China. What do? These things you can't.
She don't even know what's going on. She said it's because of China and the government. She doesn't even know. She don't even know. She's so into Super Shoddy. She don't even have a clue what's going on to why things are going up the way they are. She doesn't even know why the CD appreciated. She doesn't even know.
Control unless you are high up in the government and have say, right? So we just have to bear with it and live with it, you know. It's life. So am I worried about the exchange rate? I just adjust to things. I can't control it. I can't control the rate. So I just have to make things work for me. That's my opinion. And I am not here to people are saying why I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, because you should be.
Is it my responsibility to? They said I'm encouraging people to come here. You know, that's not. I'm not encouraging nobody. I'm sharing my experience.
So let me ask y'all. She says, and this woman is a big face liar. Okay, so she says she's not encouraging people. When she goes to tell you, I got plots for sale in Potson, I got plots for sale over here, I got land available over here, that's not encouraging people to come there. That's not soliciting for people to come there. This lady solicits for people, women to come there, elderly people to come there all the time. All the time. But you see, she takes no responsibility for the people. Once she get the money, she got it.
And if I want to talk about the exchange rate, I could talk about the exchange rate. If I want to talk about the flooding, the flood didn't affect me.
See? Look. And she had the nerve to look at, what was that angry bird look? She had the nerve to give us the angry bird look because we wanted her to talk, because she should have talked about that. It may not have affected you, angry bird, but it affected somebody else. Don't give us the angry bird look because we expect something out of you other than soliciting money. I don't even believe that. She looked at us like the angry bird.
My experience. And if I want to talk about the exchange rate, I could talk about the exchange rate. If I want to talk about the flooding, the flood didn't affect me.
Look, the angry bird. The flood didn't affect me. And then I'm going to look at you like the angry bird because you asked me to talk about something that didn't affect me. This lady sounds like a narcissist. Yep. She's starting to sound like a victim narcissist. The victim narcissist is always the victim. Okay? They're always the victim. Somebody's always picking on them. Somebody's always messing with them, you know. But this sounds like a narc to me. More and more, she sounds like a narc.
Is it my duty to talk about flooding? Is it my duty?
Wow.
It's my channel. I'm talking, I'm sharing my experience. If it's not affecting me, why do I have to? I'm not nobody keeper.
Wow. Angry bird. The angry bird look. After she give us that nasty comment, she give us the angry bird look. She said she is not your keeper. Do not ask her to talk to you about nothing going on in Ghana except selling land. That's all she got to talk to you about. Do not ask her about the CD. Do not ask her about the dollar. Do not ask her about nothing. Don't ask her about nothing. Don't ask her about the floods. The floods didn't have nothing to do with her. She wasn't affected by the floods, so she could care less about the floods. And she is not her brother's keeper. And then she'll give you the angry bird look. Let's go look at that one more time for the people in the back. For the people in the back.
Is it my responsibility to?
Wow.
They said I'm encouraging people to come here. You know, that's not. I'm not encouraging nobody. I'm sharing my experience. And if I want to talk about the exchange rate, I could talk about the exchange rate. If I want to talk about the flooding, the flood didn't affect me. Is it my duty to talk about flooding? Is it my duty to? It's my channel. I'm talking. I'm sharing my experience. If it's not affecting me, why do I have to? I'm not nobody keeper.
She not nobody keeper than the angry bird look. This is what people complain of. This is the same thing Art was saying last night. You know, people, you act like, these people act like we're going to be a community. They act like they care so much about you when you're in the land purchasing phase. But then, when it comes to something as simple as keeping them informed on things that will keep them safe, your remark is, I'm not my brother's keeper. And what does it have to do with me? It didn't affect me. And do you know her little friends are saying the same thing? What does it have to do with me? It didn't affect me. Don't none of this affect me. I don't buy land. I don't ever plan on going to Ghana. Don't none of this affect me. But I'm sitting up here at 7 o'clock on a Sunday when I should be in my room repacking my suitcase for the third time. But I said, no, I need to address this issue in Ghana before I get up out of here. I need to let these people know what's going on over there. Y'all need to think twice, think 3 times. Think, I can't even get it out my mouth. Think 4 times. Go visit. Go visit. Like Chief Montana said, I told you, I listen to him. That man seemed like he got it kind of together in his head. You know, he do a little different spiritual belief, but Chief Montana seemed like a really cool dude. He really does, okay? So, like he said, go visit. He don't encourage nobody to just get up and go to God, to go to Africa. No, go visit. Go visit 2 or 3 times before you decide you're going to live there. Don't listen to an angry bird. Don't listen to somebody when you hold them accountable, they turn into an angry bird. That's the same thing they said that Alita Israel was doing. That's the same thing what's his name was doing, Daniel. So when you hold them accountable, this is what they do, and you give them money? Oh, that's unbelievable.
I am nobody keeper, number one. I'm just
Wow.
sharing my experience with people in Nakami and ask.
She is nobody's keeper. So y'all need to get that through y'all head. She is nobody's keeper. She not y'all keeper. Whatever happens to y'all when y'all get over there, yeah, it just happens. It don't have nothing to do with her. A super Shoddy. She's super Shoddy keeper though. She's super Shoddy's keeper, but she ain't nobody else's keeper. You women who buying land from her, you women who thinking she your sister, you women who thinking she your friend, she ain't that. She just told you ain't nothing to her. She ain't your keeper. If you want to know something, you better know it on your own.
Me for help with purchasing land and asking me about land. I assist. That's it.
See, I assist. You can't even assist without a license. You can't even assist without a license, lady. You can't assist nobody to do nothing. I assist. You ask me about purchasing land. I assist you with your purchasing land. And what qualifies you to do that? She just admitted it. Because she want to be smart mouth. What gives you what qualifications do you have to do that? Are you licensed in Ghana to do that? Are you licensed in the United States to do that? No, you're not licensed by anybody.
Sharing my experience with people in Nakami and ask me for help with purchasing land and asking me about land. I assist. That's it.
She's so dumb. She don't even know. She don't even know that's illegal. She's so dumb. She doesn't even know. Please, y'all. Please. Please. You got to deal with people who are smart. But smart people aren't doing this. A smart person will never be selling land. They're not selling land in Africa. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. A smart person isn't going to try to make their living off of the repat community. They're not going to do that. Because everybody else got their foot on their neck. So that the smart person who's truly into this repat movement is not going to make you, make us how they eat. Don't y'all get that?
So, you know what I really want to say and what I really want to do right here.
Y'all know what she sound like to me? She sound like she takes Ativan. She sounds like she takes some type of nerve medication because her voice sounds so slow. The way she talks to me is very slow and she sounds medicated and she looks medicated sometimes. She sounds heavily medicated to me.
When it comes to that type of stuff, but it's life. I'm living, okay? Regardless of the exchange rate or what.
See, that's what she got to say to you. It's life and I'm living regardless of the exchange rate or what. And you sitting here in the United States with your stuff packed, trying to decide now whether you're going to go or whether you're going to stay. And all she got for you was a smart mouth and some smart remarks. That's all she got. Wow.
People need to plan and prepare if they move into a different country out of their comfort zone.
Edra.
And do their own research because don't depend on me.
Look, she told you don't do your own research. Don't depend on her. If somebody tell you who they are, believe them. Believe them. This woman has told you, I don't care nothing about you. All I care about is the money you gonna give me to help you get your land over here that I'm not even licensed to do, that I'm doing illegally. I'm doing it illegally. I don't care about nothing other than that. That's it. That's it. Believe what this woman is telling you.
Don't depend on
listen,
what people say. Do your research. Don't just research YouTube. Research Ghana economy and how it fluctuates, the pay rates here, the GPA and all that stuff.
Yeah, the labor talk.
Do your own research.
Smoking what?
Don't depend on my experience. Don't depend on me.
Look.
I'm tired saying this. I'm tired saying this. Ghana is not do their own research.
Oh, let me go back. I gotta pay attention to her.
It's not affecting me. Why do I have to? I'm not nobody keeper.
Look, I'm not nobody.
I am nobody keeper, number one. I'm just sharing my experience with people that call me and ask me for help with purchasing land and asking me about land. I assist. That's it. So you know what I really want to say and what I really want to do right here when it comes to that type of stuff. But it's life. I'm living, okay? Regardless of the exchange rate or what. People need to plan and prepare if they move into a different country out of their comfort zone and do their own research because don't depend on me.
Look,
Don't depend on other YouTubers. Don't depend on
look at
what
her.
people say. Do
What
your
is she
research.
on, y'all? Look at her eyes. Look at her. She's on. This person is heavily. She's on something. On something. That's the vibe I'm getting. She's heavily on something. I don't know what. If it's volume, Ativan, I'm not sure, but it's something that's suppressing her nervous system.
Search. Don't just research YouTube. Research Ghana economy and how it's fluctuate the
Look,
pay rates here.
look, pay rates.
The
What?
GPA and
She don't even know. Look at her. She don't know nothing. This woman, oh God.
all that stuff. Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Don't depend on my experience. Don't depend on me.
Look.
I'm tired saying this. Ghana is not for everyone. Ghana is for me right now.
She checking
Life
y'all.
change, things change.
She checking y'all. Okay. This is called a check. This is called a check. Okay. This is called a check. She's checking y'all. She's letting y'all know. She tired of y'all expecting her to do anything but take these people's money. Okay, she letting y'all know I'm not doing nothing other than take their money. I'm not informing them about how to stay safe. I'm not informing them about their money. I'm not doing none of that. That is not my job. So quit asking me to do anything other than what I'm here to do. And that's to get their money so I can feed my man, Super Shoddy and Ema.
It's for me.
Look.
Whoever else, that's on them, not on
Look.
them. Stop putting it on me, okay? Stop. That's not my responsibility. I'm sharing my gardening and my farming, and I am not here.
Now she's a gardener. See how they go from this, that, and the third. First, she's building in Ghana. She's the construction building in Ghana. Now she done quit being construction because she done ran out of money, and she can only build when y'all give her the money. She knows she ain't never finishing that house, and she ain't never finishing that other one that she claimed she got in some pots and where she's selling the land at. Now she talking about oh God, let me just play this.
To tell nobody to come here to do no farming.
You are telling people to come there. You are telling people to come there. I got a video where you telling people you got 4 plots available. There's plots available over there. There's plots available over there. You don't realize that's an invitation to come? You don't realize that? You don't take accountability for nothing, though.
I have to put these things out there because people think it's like.
Just like she was sitting up there with no bra on. Sitting up there with no bra on YouTube. Sitting up there with no bra on. She knows she didn't have no daggone bra on. She know you could see her breast. She didn't even care. She didn't even care. She didn't stop filming that little boy with his pants hanging all the way off of you know what until people start saying something about it. And then she had the nerve to say, well, they got a problem with it because she sure don't got a problem with it. This person has bad moral character. How many times I got to tell y'all that? Anybody who would have this relationship that she has, that's a huge sign that she has bad moral character. So if she has bad moral character in her personal life, you think she's not going to have bad moral character in her business life? You seriously don't think that? You seriously don't think that? This is unbelievable. So you just sit around and wait for each other to get got. You just sit around and you wait. You know you shouldn't be doing it. You know this woman ain't legal to do it. You know her man ain't got no type of education. You know that's just Mutt and Jeff together, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But you see a good deal and you can't pass it up, and you just praying you don't get taken advantage of. That's just, I can't even believe that's what's going on here.
To do farming. I tell people to come do farming.
Now
I'm not
she
here
farming.
to tell people to come buy land.
Now she farming, and she's saying she don't tell people to come buy land. That's a lie.
I have to put these things out there because people think it's like, I'm not here to do farming. I tell people to come do farming. I'm not here to tell people to come buy land. I'm
That's
here
a lie.
sharing my experience, and if they decide,
Angry bird, look.
this is what I like. The people them that know me from the US, the people them that knows me.
All right, well, we done with that one because she started talking about what the people like and all that. But that's what I wanted y'all to see. You know, I just can't believe how this lady has no, takes no responsibility for anything, any of this. Where do we stop at, y'all? Well, I think I was going up. Oh, shoot. I done lost where we was at. Cynthia is hit a dead end. What y'all talking about? Cynthia hit a dead end. Where's the other one? Michelle. I think her name is Michelle. Kind of hooked her up. She's over there. She's slowly but surely building her stuff. Next level, telling folks to buy land via Kenza. Honey, did you see that too? I couldn't even believe it. Talking about how that's the one who's called Kenza the Harriet Tubman. Oh, yeah. Telling them, Kenza, advising them about how to do their YouTube channel. But every time a song come on, Kenza running out the mall. She don't even know how to do her own YouTube channel. Kenza's a pick-me, just like somebody said. And these ladies have picked her. So she's riding this wave. And she's taking advantage of all of them. But look at who she's taking advantage of, though. They're all about on her level. They're all on, I'm telling you, they all are on her level. Yep, Cynthia hit a dead end and had to go back. She didn't have enough money. But why didn't the woman tell her that? That's what I'm talking about. Why didn't Kenza tell her, you don't have enough money? You're not going to be able to stay here. She didn't tell because she didn't care. She didn't care. She got that initial money, and that's all she cared about. Now the woman is back here living with her son and her daughter-in-law, rent-free, because she ain't got no money to pay the rent. What kind of nonsense? What kind of nonsense? That's crazy. You living off your kids. Just can't even believe it. That's your goal in life. That's what you want to do when you become an elder. You want to go live off your kids. I don't ever want to live off my kids. I don't ever want to have to sleep in a room in a house and be rent free. I don't want that life. I like my own. I'm not going to give everything to Africa, Ghana, Gambia, Nigeria, Cameroon. I'm not doing that. And then come back to the United States and have nothing. Have absolutely nothing. Kenza got nothing. Y'all listening to a woman who ain't got nothing. She knew this woman didn't have enough money. Michelle ain't got enough money either. Her time is coming too. And then what's she gonna do? That's why she trying to get to, honey, she probably go sleep in the shack. That's what the one you hear her talking today, talking about, I'm just gonna go sleep in a tent. What? You people are not prepared for Africa. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. Don't you get that? Kenza don't need to be there. Only reason Kenza there is because she met a dude on Facebook. And y'all following her. Cynthia making her a god, telling everybody to buy land from her. Exactly. Buy land from Dumb and Dumber. Exactly. Hey, Fiona. Exactly. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, remember that? That was when she was on there. Now, this is just, and then walking around that little boy. And remember, Ema was filming her. He was filming her when she was like that. This is just, and now he living in the house with her. He living in the house with her too. This is just ridiculous. And everybody's seeing this behavior and nobody is saying anything. But if it was a European man, and those were two not Ghanaian girls, it would be a problem. It would be a problem. It would be a problem. I don't want to be bad-minded, but the building house is diabolical. The house is diabolical. Oh, you talking to Mr. Johnson. All right, now, I just hope she is safe. The design of her house gives me concern, especially the stability. Yeah, that's Mr. Johnson. That's what we were saying. She ain't safe. We know she ain't safe. Her mouth is too smart and reckless for me. I wouldn't smoke anything super dusty. Bring me. Yeah, that's his name. Super Dusty, not Super Shorty. Super Dusty, honey. Exactly, because that's how he be looking. This is woman is having a nervous mental breakdown in Ghana. Who is having a nervous mental breakdown in Ghana? She better be cool puffing on Super Dusty bring her. Ain't no telling what Super Dusty bringing her though. Cause honey, she sounds medic, and I've been thinking that for a while. I've been like, dang, she sounds like she take Ativan. And I said, I wonder if she take Ativan over there. If she goes and takes it, maybe she got bad nerves. But I'm like, she sound like that all the time. All the time. What is that? Probably Lyrica or gabapentin for nerve. I don't know, but she sound like she medicated. See, does she mean GTP? I told you, she don't know nothing. How are y'all buying land from somebody who don't know nothing? She is also aging horribly. Yes. And that's another sign. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Normally, when you go to Africa, you age gracefully. It's like you step back in time. Okay? That's normally what happens. When you start aging really badly in Africa, then that means it ain't for you. It's not for you. When I was going through her videos today, and I was looking at them, and I was like, wow, she's aged a lot. And you know what that tells me? That tells me that she's up to no good. She's up to no good. Because you can see it. It comes out. Yep, it comes out. Ghana Gold, it comes out. The woman is such in distress. This woman is such in distress in this video in regards to Ghana. This is what Ghana does. Terribly, especially. Yes, she is in distress. And she's trying to act like she's not. But we could tell for her to be that bothered, she's very bothered. Because now guess what she says she's doing now, y'all? Now she's gonna build a chicken farm. I told you, it's like the Winchester Mansion lady. It's something telling her, build. Every time you got build. She never gonna finish it. She never gonna finish it. I don't know what's gonna happen to this lady. I don't know. She probably end up back in the United States. Her sons will probably have to send for her, and she's probably, because she's not gonna have enough money. She's just not. She's not. That CD ain't going down no time soon, because that gold is looking good. Okay. And no, and that ain't going down no time soon. And girl, no. You better get up out of there. You better go visit Super Dusty. Laughing at the people after she gets their money. That's what she's doing. Yeah, that's why I be getting mad, y'all. I'm trying to figure out where I am. That's why I be getting mad, because I'm like, you gonna talk to them like that? You gonna talk to them like that after you done took their money? These people have true, realistic fears, and you gonna get smart with them? You gonna get smart with them and try to minimize their fears and make them think there's something that's wrong with them? Oh no, that ain't cool at all. There are some unsophisticated scammers out there, but she is definitely not that. Oh yeah, y'all, please hit the like button. Kenza is not a babe. No, she is not. Okay. Kiki can't even pack. No, I can't. Because I had to say something about it, y'all. I was listening to this video because I had got behind. I've been real busy. So, I saw her, she made a video about it. I was like, oh, let me see what she got to say. And then when I started talking to the TV, that's when I know, oh, it's a live stream about to come. Because I will be, like I'm talking to y'all, I will be having a whole conversation back and forth with the TV. Then I'm like, oh, no, I'm about to go live. No, I'm not even doing a video. We going live about this. That's why I was like, oh, no, I got to do a live stream. She don't care. She going to let y'all come over here and get y'all necks cut off. And that's going to be too bad for y'all, because it's too bad for her. See, Super Shoddy can live like that. He can live any type of way. Super Dusty can live any type of way, because he don't care. He used to that. But she can't. Y'all see how she doing without the air? And this woman be on the tro. She be walking. Let me tell y'all. If you got a man that care 2 cents about you, he ain't gonna let you walk in the heat. And he ain't letting you walk nowhere. Okay, unless y'all walking together, number one. And he gonna say, no, you stay and I'll go walk. Okay, because he don't want you out there like that. Number two, he not gonna have you on public transportation like that. That woman be riding the bus. Y'all, it's like riding the public bus in y'all country. Not just y'all country. In the state, wherever you are, it's like getting on the bus. I don't know about y'all, but riding the bus in when my city is crazy. It is cray. It is cray. Okay? She gets on that bus. She walks here. She walks there. That cannot be healthy for her in that heat. And her feet are messed up. I told you I wasn't playing. She needs to fix them hammer toes. This woman is not healthy. Not healthy at all. Not at all. But instead of focusing on that, she can't even come back. Well, she ain't got no insurance now, so she can't focus on that. So she might as well just keep it pushing. So no, I couldn't. I had to come and tell y'all. I had to talk to y'all about this because this was too much. All right, let's go back down. I think I got them all. Well, what food just gets up and move? Honey, a lot of them. Look at all that still shot. What? We'll see if I can find them. Okay. I don't know where they live, though. I mean, it's not like that. Like, I just have to ask people. I'll ask different people. Well, the Americans, for one, you got to remember, I'm not around Americans like that. And the Gambians show ain't going to know who the arrival are. So I'll ask, when I hook up with the American people that I plan on hooking up with, I'll ask them. Okay. And then I plan on hooking up with some Gambian repat. Well, they ain't repats. They're Gambians, but they're part of this YouTube stuff. I plan on hooking up with some of them. So I'll ask them about the arrival. But Mr. Johnson, they are back in the United States. I don't know if we seen them. They back here, honey. They're not in Gambia. He might be, but I don't even think he there. I think they both gone. I know when I talked to Quasi, was that Quasi I talked to? I can't remember who I talked to, but I talked to somebody, and they were saying that, they have put a lot of money into their house. And that was sad if they had gone, because Arrival really invested a lot of money into making it happen in Gambia. You women are being really hard on this. Oh, please. It ain't about being a black woman. It's about being a scammer, honey. This is about being a scammer. Black women don't act like that. Black women don't date super dusties, okay? Laughing at the people. Right, after she take their money. Yeah, we gonna get her. Every day. Okay, this is y'all. Okay, now look what else. So I'm researching for this show, and guess what else I find out is happening in Ghana about the same time. No, she didn't do her research. Exactly, Fiona. She want to talk about y'all go do your research. She didn't even research Super Shoddy, honey. She didn't even research him, Super Dusty. She didn't research him. Because if she would have researched him, she would have known it's all a game. It's all a game to get what you got. That's all. Then did y'all hear? Oh, y'all I don't know if y'all saw her video. Today she made a video, and she running around on a plane, train, and automobile. She walking, then she on the trotro, then she walking, and she get a taxi. And she said the taxi driver was acting nasty to her, and then he was ignoring her. And then, honey, when he saw where she lived, she said he turns and tell her, "You should let me be your protector. You should let me be your protector." Everybody who sees Kenza want to use her. Look, then instead of her saying, "Oh, he just want to protect because he think he got some money," she really thought he was into her. She was like, "Protect me? What makes him think I need protecting?" And I'm like, "What? Girl, you don't see what he was trying to do to you?" Because they know they can get that off with you. They know she'll go for that. So no, she didn't do her research, but she want to talk to everybody else crazy. How you going to talk to everybody else crazy? Well, the trust thing, she said, do your own research, and don't you dare depend on me. She spoke truth with that. And if you still go and seek her out, you have to accept the consequences. Well, she's right, Lisa, you're right. Because she did. Do your own research and don't depend on her. Exactly. So there you have it. Don't depend on her, because she ain't going to be there for you, because you're on your own. You are on your own. All right. Now, I want y'all to see something else that I couldn't even believe, because all we hear from them was, oh, how safe Ghana is, and how she just, Ghana is the safest place in the world, and you can just and you see these other women, Michelle walking around by herself, Cynthia doing things. I've been to Africa. This is my 13th trip, y'all, and I do nothing by myself. I do nothing by myself. Nothing. When I went to Cameroon, the first place I went to Africa was Cameroon. And that host family that I lived with, they said, you go nowhere alone. Because if you go somewhere alone, people will know you're an American, and they will try to take advantage of you. Yep. And everywhere I go, that's the same motto. I am not permitted to go anywhere alone, unless I'm going to meet my friends. Okay, gee, what woman is having a mental breakdown in Ghana? Okay, so let me go down here. Now, get all of these before I show y'all what else is going on in Ghana. Because all we hear, what's a pick-me? Somebody tell him what a pick-me is. Kiki, you better tell it, sister. I'm trying, honey. Tell him what a pick-me is. That's what Kenza is, a pick-me. Yeah. Y'all must didn't do that when you was little then. She's not forming. She is not forming that cost a load of money. Say that again. She's not okay. You said, I see it now. She is not farming that cost a load of money. No, it's not. What she's farming is nothing. Google it, team member. Attention-seeking girl of a particular group. Yeah, that's what a pick-me is. Maybe you got her hooked on. Maybe I hope not, honey. Learn something new every day. That's so true, Kiki. Africa will drain your age. Yes. Especially if you ain't right. If you ain't right, it will come out. It will come out. Yep. You gotta just Africa will expose who you are. That's all I know. You can't go over there playing no games like Happy Companion be said. You can't be going over there playing no silly games. No. Can't be playing no silly games. Because those silly games will get you. In the end, you think you're getting people, you're going to get yourself. Trying to survive and keep up with 20-something boy must be stressful. That's it too, Fiona. I bet you that's what it is. Trying to survive and trying to keep up with him. Because remember that, y'all remember that time when they went away for the hotel for the weekend for the staycation, and they was going to the that hotel they went to had a nightclub that night, and she didn't want Super Shorty to go, but honey, Super Shorty went to that nightclub. And she was mad. She gave him the angry bird look and was like, "Oh, you going?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm going." And he went. In the end of the video, he showed himself inside the nightclub. He was like, "Well, Kenza's going to go and Kenza's babe is going to get ready." She was like, "Oh, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to bed." And he was like, well, he was going to go, and he went. So, yeah, you're right. Keeping up with him, yeah, that's going to wear you out. And why is her car always in the shop? Just like Bags. Now she's bouncing on super dusty motor scooter. Y'all see that? Oh, God. When she be on the motor scooter, I be cracking up. I can't believe it. This woman is embarrassing. She is embarrassing. Can you imagine them too? I bet when people see them coming, they just laugh. I bet when they see them coming, that because you know she hanging off the motor scooter, because the motor scooter is little and he all little, and here she, oh God, this is so embarrassing. Please, ladies, have some self-respect. Can we have some self-respect? This is so disgusting and degrading. Hanging on the back of the motor scooter. No, she ain't walking well because of her feet. I hope she sorts out her mobility, constantly sitting down and pausing while she walks. It's not good. Oh, no, it's not. She got mobility problems. Super dusty and is I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh like that, but that was funny. Sleep in a tent. Does Michelle have a no, it's not. It's that other one. Cynthia, honey, the other one. They came back because she didn't have enough money. I don't know what Michelle gonna do, honey, but I don't know. She ain't got enough money either. Super dusty and those orange pants he wears every single day. Whoa, she must have purchased a dirt bike for them to get around. No, this is what I think, Fiona. I think he borrows it from somebody. Okay, because years ago when I went to the village with one of my friends, okay, This was way in Benue State in Nigeria. Okay, this is what an adventure I was on. Okay, I went to Benue State with one of my friends to meet their family. All right, so I go to Benue State, and like when you get in the village, mostly everybody got a motorbike because they don't use the cars because of the dust and all that. So they would rent out their motorcycles. So like maybe the guy next door, he owned a motorcycle, okay? And if you want to use it, he would just rent it. So I think he's renting the motorcycle from somebody. That's what I think, because it ain't there all the time. And if she bought it for him, then he ain't never home, honey, because that motorbike don't never be there. The car is never getting fixed. No, it's not. And she should have researched how to get her car fixed. Yeah, she sure should have. Since you telling them to research and you talking to everybody so rough, it's hard for Super Shorty not to use her. She is so glad to oblige him and smiling all the whole, I'm convinced or not. You are right. Yeah, you're right. Because even when she know he using her, just like with the chickens, y'all. Remember the ones we watched about the chickens? And she knew the chickens was, she got overcharged for the chickens, but it was somehow okay with her. So she know he using her, but it's okay with her. That's why it's okay with her to use you guys, because it's okay, because we're all being used here. Because that's a way to get the money, the car troubles. Who was moving into a tenant? Why? No, we're just saying that. In Tanzania, they call that bus the dolly dolly. It's not comfortable. No, it's not at all. And it constantly stops. So it takes so long to get to your destination. Worse, they pack the bus. They do. And in Nigeria, you have to jump off. I couldn't believe it. The first time I went to Nigeria, I rode it. And I'm thinking it's just like riding a regular bus, but you have to run to get on the bus. And the bus doesn't stop when you get off. You just jump off. Like you got to jump off the bus. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, you got to run to get on. And you run and you hop on the bus. And the bus, you hop off. You just hop off. It don't stop. It keep moving. All right, now this is a lot. Let me go and put this other video on. Okay, and then we'll start from the bottom and go up. Okay. Hold on. Let me put this other one on. And this is what else is going on over there. And why didn't they tell us this? I guess they weren't concerned about this part either, huh? I guess this didn't concern her either. Now let me tell y'all when this happened. This is unbelievable. And she didn't mention it at all. She didn't even say, everybody, I'm just giving you a heads up. You know, this is what's happening. You guys stay careful, be safe out there. So this happened 6 days ago. This was June 2nd, okay, when this radio host did this show. Now, if I know about this, I know she has to know about it. But why didn't you bring this safety message to the people? They brought it to their people. Why couldn't you bring it to our people?
So you're saying that a big robbery took place on the Cape Coast Accra Road. Yeah. Do you know the exact area we're talking about and how serious it was?
Well, so like I was saying, this, when you're going towards Winneba, the Winneba runabout, around the areas that cover the Bujuburam stretch, there's a new reconstruction work going on. And you would remember that there was a major accident there when the contractors were trying to blow up some rocks in order to help quarry, whatever it was, in order to help the reconstruction efforts. But it would seem that people have repeatedly complained about how that work is going on. You will also remember that last year we had a major flooding situation because the
reconstruction
decided to divert.
So they have to know where this area is. This sounds like there's this is a major area in Ghana. Okay.
Some river and it created problems.
So it's a lot of problems.
So it was at that area that this whole thing, we are told, reportedly happened.
All right, Caleb, you used the road over the weekend. What did you see? Which parts have been done? Which parts have not been done?
So if you're coming from Cape Coast, you're getting closer to the Winneba roundabout, you would notice that the stretch has been done. The asphalt exists for the original Cape Coast Accra road. If you're coming, you will see that on your right, parts of the road has been cleared. Earthworks are ongoing. You will see that until you get to the roundabout. Then you drive a bit into towards Accra. Then you notice that after Gumua, where's this? After, I'll get that for you quickly. After that particular location I'm going to mention to you, you find that all stretches are gravel. So when you get to Gumua or Chirakun, that's where you will notice that the asphalt that's on the road initially, it's all gone, so that there's expansion on both sides. It's been dualized.
So you are driving on dirt?
Yes, you are driving on
for how
dirt,
long?
basically.
A kilometer, 2 kilometers, 10 kilometers?
More, much more. You come all the way to Bujuburam, Gomua, Kote
before you see asphalt. All right, let me speak to a victim of what happened, then I'll come back to you as you narrate this. So a victim, I'll not mention him for security reasons, but he was part of a group of passengers. I don't know whether he was going or coming to Accra. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining the program.
Good morning, Bernard.
So what time did this happen, and were you going or coming to Accra?
So Bernard, I was going to Takrady, and then this was around 11 p.m. 11:03 exactly.
11:03 p.m.
Exactly, yes, 11:03.
So where did you get to, and what happened?
So we got to a stretch right after Bujumbura. There's this stretch where they sell onion during the daytime. But at night, the place is very dark. There are no lights on that stretch. So right after Bujumbura, we saw a lot of cars parked. So I also parked. And then they told us there's a serious robbery going on ahead. And there was no car coming and there was no car moving. After the time I parked, I counted almost 18 cars. I took a video. I counted almost 18 cars. And then there was no movement. So we stood there close to 40 minutes. And then we were calling reinforcements from Accra, from Kaswa itself, before we had the police coming to our rescue. And so that's what happened, actually.
So there were 18 cars. So was it like the cars were blocked or what?
Yes, so a whistleblower gave us the information. So we had to stand, we had to park. Because if you go ahead, there will be danger. So we had to park. Just to wait. There are some guys on motorbike going up and down, checking the incident, the situation for us. So we all parked there, just waiting for a green light before we could move again.
Now, did the robbers get to where the people who had parked, the 18 of you were, or they were far ahead?
No, they were far ahead. So sensing danger, that was why we all parked. And then when we parked, there was no car coming from the Winneba stretch to Accra, and we couldn't move either. And I experienced the same thing 2 weeks ago. I was actually stoned. My car was stoned. I was around 10 p.m. We normally try to go at night because there are a lot of police barriers on the road, and then at night the driving is a bit careful. Unlike daytime where we see people driving careless. So we normally go at night. And after 2 weeks ago, that same stretch, my car was stoned several times. So I had to speed. And then
so two weeks ago, the same area, the same thing happened.
Exactly, yeah, the same area, the same stretch.
So
what is the modus operandi of these people? How do they?
So this has been a problem, okay, in this area. All right. This is important, people. We need to know if there's an area like this, then there's a problem. We need to know. Now, let me show you this other news program, what they showed you. You're not going to, and all this time, remember they was telling us, oh, in America, you got to worry about pow-pows all the time. It's so safe over here. We don't have to worry about pow-pows over here. Well, let me show y'all what they was doing in this robbery. Let me show y'all this. I was like, what? I thought y'all said y'all don't have to worry about pow-pows over there. I thought y'all don't have pow-pows over there. Oh, no, that's a straight lie. Maybe the people don't have them, but the people who was doing these, wait a minute, hold on. The people who was doing this had them. Now look at this. This is what the news reported. That was the radio show, and the man was giving his firsthand account of it. All right, now let's see what the news. I want you to see what the news is showing.
The robbers blocked the Posin Ochireko stretch of the Winneba Highway and robbed travelers of cash and other valuables on Sunday night. Several regional correspondents, Central Regional Correspondent Akwesi Ado has more.
Those are bullet holes in the window of somebody's car. Those are bullet holes in the window of one of the people's car that they robbed that night. So Sunday night, everybody's going home from where they were Sunday day. And Sunday is a big day where Africans spend time with family, okay? So they're going home at night. And these people are on the highway robbing them. This happens in Nigeria too.
Or in the following report.
According to an eyewitness, the robbery began around 11 p.m. and lasted for over an hour. The suspects fired multiple gunshots.
Can y'all believe he said that this robbery lasted for about an hour? I can't even imagine, how does the robbery go on for an hour?
Injuring a driver in the process. Passengers in several vehicles were robbed of their cash and personal belongings before a police team from the anti-robbery unit of the Central East Regional Police Command intervened. Although the robbers fled the scene upon spotting the police, they returned and resumed their operation at around 1 a.m.
So, wait a minute. This ain't funny. He said when the police came, some police finally came. It sounded like it's in central eastern Ghana. So after the police came, they saw the police coming. They ran away. Then they came back at 1 a.m. and resumed their robbing operations. But this is the place. Then they talking about America. All right? This is what they're running from. They're running from here and they're running to this. They're running to this. And they're running to their money not being worth much. But they want to make you think that there's a problem here. And that they're helping you escape that, when they're really helping you put your feet right in the fire.
Suspects were arrested by officers who continued patrolling the area. An eyewitness, Samuel Edu, spoke to Channel 1 News.
Anajo by 11:30 to 12 again, blocking road no. If we the body base kwa kra no block no.
Okay,
he lucky about police station was
let me read it to y'all.
Block no.
He said, wait a minute. He said the robbers blocked the road at around 11:30 p.m. on the Winnipeg Accra Road near the Lucky Herbal Filling Station.
We the body base kwa kra no block no. Lucky about police station was I don't know. Block no.
They stopped vehicles, robbed the occupants, and even fired shots at those who failed to stop. So if you said, I'm going to keep on going, they started shooting at your car. Now, I don't understand why nobody told us this.
The cars na ba no almost stop one normal rob. The wa obey say, what about for say to me there? No more shoot to car. This sound no more no. See,
around 1 a.m., I heard another gunshot. Terrified, I called my brother. This isn't the first time such an incident has occurred. So this is occurring often? I thought they said this kind of stuff didn't
around there one na me said I'm gonna come back na my papa. But that was an so much am one shoot to you. Na fi nti abo no kwa bi begu we fish it na me da so no so. Nti na am hope pa. Then sorry if you work as a catna store be news bio. Etra was na me from brother back so. Say na echo our best no mass aba ho. See say na dey na kwa. This is not the first time sir.
He said this is about the third time. This is about the third time.
3 times.
Residents say the area has become a hotspot for robberies, with criminals taking advantage of ongoing road construction and a poor telecommunications network.
Wow.
They also say local police lack the resources to adequately respond to the growing threat. The leader of a local task force set up to combat crime in the area, Ebo Anderson, is calling on authorities to equip the police with the necessary logistics to help fight crime.
I've realized that they have taken advantage of the road construction. From Potson Junction to Ochrekun Township. We have.
Oh, wait a minute. Potson. Kenza know about this. This is where her other land is, in Potson. So she has to know about this. Why didn't she talk to us about this? She has another plot of land in Potson. Did y'all know that? Why does she have 2 plots of land? Why does she have all this land? And she's building something on that land too.
A number of road, there's ramps on the road just to prevent accidents. So these robbers have taken advantage of that and they are misbehaving. So what I would say is that I request that the chief executive, the regional minister, the member of parliament, they should team up and support the police. Goma East Police, they don't have logistics. I must say, they don't have enough men. Around 11 p.m., robbers will be around, and they say, let's say 2 hours stretch, they will come back. They have realized that when it comes to fighting robbery, the personnel in Goma, they don't have that well with that in terms of logistics. So they are taking advantage. That's why they were emboldened to go and come.
Despite this commendable action, the Dominasi Police Command lacks adequate human resource and logistics to combat rising crime here in the enclave.
Wow.
The others appealing for support. For Channel 1 News, I am Akwesi Ado.
Oh, wow. They don't have the resources to fight this. So the robbers are taking advantage of them. Wow. Now, Kenza is selling you land in Potson. She's selling you land there. Don't you think she should be telling people about this problem? Then this is an ongoing problem. Don't you think they have a responsibility to the people that they're selling this land to tell them this goes on there? Nope, their responsibility is to take your money. Having a car is a money pit. Oh yeah, honey. Having a car is a big old money pit over there. It sure is. They're going to keep on. When they start messing with your car, they're going to keep on. When it start breaking down, you might as well get rid of it. Because it's over. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm serious. You might as well get rid of it, honey, because it's over. It sure is. Your car going to start breaking down. They're going to keep on messing with it acting like they fixing it, and they're not fixing it. Oh, thank you, DJT. DJT just sent me a cash app for $25. Thank you, DJT. She always do that, y'all. She's so sweet. Steph says, bumps plus the dust all under the hood. Oh, they don't do. She's right. Yeah, all that messes it up. Yeah, all that messes it up. Chickens need feed and vaccinations and staff to care for them. Are you serious? She don't have that. Oh, that's going to be horrible. And there's some cute little chicks. They are really some cute little chicks. I hope they be okay. Do you think the mess with them though? The cats and those grass cutters. So having a car is a money pit. Not like Beyonce. I want to be her protect. Yes, honey. I wouldn't. let all those different taxi drivers know where I live. They wouldn't need to drop me off at the top of the road, and then you walk. You're right. But she said she looking for a new one, and she was checking him out. And since he wanted to be her protector, she might let him do it. Here's one for you, Kiki. Asked for a parlay with Cynthia and go visit the bags. No. Rick, maybe, but not Cynthia. Now, Rick, I would go see Rick. I would go sit down and talk with Rick. I sure would. But Cynthia, nah. Cynthia's horrible. Cynthia is horrible. Okay, Susan, hey. All right, y'all. Is that all he locked Kenza in the pool area. Yeah, did you see that? She was just sitting in the pool area. Kenza, he be doing her just so wrong. Like on the one today, when they went to Potson, how they always make her get out the car or get out the motorcycle because she's too big for the car or the motorcycle to go up the hill. So they say she got to get out and she got to walk up the hill because the car can't go up the hill with her in it or the motorcycle. Yeah, honey, they be doing her wrong. But that's what she get. Yeah, that's what she get. That's exactly what she get. You deal with them type of people, that's what you get. That's what you get. You get treated like that. Yeah, you get treated like that. She keep her. Oh, bless Kenza. Think she is still. Yeah, she does, honey. Oh my God. I'm gonna act like I didn't even see that. What? Crypto walk. So my God. No. Okay, so. Okay, so let me see, y'all. When was this robbery? It was the 2nd, June the 2nd. That's when this robbery occurred. And I just can't believe that. And they said that, they feel embrazen because, is that how you say it? Emboldened? Because I'm getting sleepy. Y'all know I'm getting sleepy now. Because they know the police don't have enough don't have enough resources to stop them. The IM says it's a game. They're driving and using her car to make money and telling her lies to get more out of her. They are all playing her. She won't be able to keep up. Yeah, they are playing her. Everybody's playing her. Criminals will always, everybody's playing her. So now the natives have pew. Yes. You see that? And then the dude said this is like the 3rd time that happened. So they got pow-pows too. That's crazy. Kiki, we got to start talking on this immigration issue with the taco heads feeling like they're entitled to be here in the U.S. Who? I thought so too. They lying. Ain't that's what they doing, honey? Oh, I think that's what they doing. Are he trying to? Was the boyfriend waiting for the cops to come knocking while security pulled the bars off? Honey, who knows? Okay. Yeah, they do seem to catch people, don't they? DJ T said the robbers take intermission. Yeah, this is serious, y'all. This is serious now. They was on the highway Now this is 11 o'clock. This sounds like this is a major highway. And they just robbing cars. And if you drive off, they're going to shoot your car up. And then they ran off when the police came and ran back. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Y'all are crazy. Okay, want to hear crime? Watch Kenya's Silent Shadows show. Ghana needs to get a crime show too. You said watch Kenya's Silent Shadows show. Okay, y'all watch that. It's about crime in Kenya. All right, y'all. Yeah, she did make a video recently about Potson. That's what I'm telling y'all. She know about Potson. She know what go on there. That's probably why they trying to sell that land up there. Super Dusty took that old chick to, oh no. Oh no, I can't read that. Maybe the robbers are targeting areas where the foreigners live. It could be. It could be. Because they're only going to target areas where they think they can get some money. The police usually catch people over there. She's not their keeper. Exactly. Do your own research. I'm not telling you about the robberies over there, but I'll sell you some land over there. I'll lease you some land, illegally lease you some land over there, but I'm not going to tell you about the robberies over there, the armed robberies over there, because that's not my problem. I'm not your keeper. Do your own research. They used to drive past the happy companion in his car. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you, DJT. That was sweet. Wait, isn't Potson the next level? Yes, all of them. That's where Michelle and them is. In Potson, right where the robberies was taking place. Did Kenza tell you that? She's such a glorious savior of the people. Cynthia is a who was what? Hope she doesn't wind up like the rest of the Gambia. Talking about, oh no. That's Kenza who said that, not Cynthia. All right. Y'all, that's all the comments. We are done. Steph, we are done. I don't know where you went, but we are done. Okay, y'all. We are finished for the evening. Thank y'all so much for coming on here 2 days in a row. I know that was a lot, but we did it. I had to get this video. I wanted to make sure we talked about this. All right. So, as y'all can see, these people who want y'all to come to Africa and buy and lease land from them, they feel no responsibility in ensuring that you are safe there, ensuring that you know what's going on there. They feel like do your own research. Like Kenza said, it is not her responsibility. She is not her brother's keeper. All right. So they're not your keepers. So they're not going to keep you informed on what's going on. You buy land there, you're buying, you lease land there, you're leasing it at your own risk. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching till the end, because this was a lot. Please share the video. We got 1 share. Please like the video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once you subscribe to the channel, you are automatically remember. You're automatically a member of our community, and membership is free. All right. All you got to do is subscribe, and you're automatically a member. So please subscribe so you can become a member and hit the notification button, because you don't know when I'm going to be releasing lives now, because I will be in Gambia soon. And honey, when I get over there, the videos just come out. Sometimes I'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. They'll be coming out at 5 o'clock in the morning. All right. So let's go check out Gambia and see what's going on over there. All right, I promise I ain't gonna tell y'all to go do research and find out on your own. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure y'all know. Oh, Crefto Walk, thank you so much. I really try. I try. Mujo cream. Mujo cream and gel. I plan on taking that with me because Mujo cream and gel, it is the best, y'all. I kid y'all not. It is the best. If you have any kind of bruises, any kind of aches, any kind of arthritis, any kind of bursitis, anything that causes inflammation and swelling, please get you some Mujo cream. All right, it's going to take the swelling down. It's going to take the pain down. It's going to make it easier to sleep at night. Somebody sent me and asked me for some free samples. Please send me your address again. It got lost in the emails. So, y'all, please don't forget, it's Mujo Planet, MUJO.com. All right, get you some Mujo cream and gel. Mine, I've got some, y'all. I use it. It still lasts. It's a wonderful. It's the best. It is truly the best. So if you have any kind of arthritis, pain, use Kiki 20. You get 20% off. Any kind of inflammation and pain, try it. All right. It's Planet Mujo. Planet MUJO.com. All right. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Stephanie, for always reminding me. You're just great. You're just great. Thank you, Edra. And the code is Kiki20, and it's Mujo Planet. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Edra. Thank everybody for everything. All right, I will see y'all soon. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Stephanie, and we did under 2 hours. We did under 3 hours. Bye, y'all.